Hey guys, it's Justin again with another review. This is the Kotobukiya 1:100 Sugimori animation version. I believe it's the like 1.6 or something like that, or 16, Mark 16, something like that. I don't know. Before I go fully into this review, I'm going to say that I've left a couple pieces on the runners. I haven't assembled all the hands, for example, and I didn't cut all these little blade things out because these are basically the same, just curved. So there's a couple of accessories going to be left out, just these and extra hands basically. I'm not going to sit here and swap hands out for 10 minutes. But I have a majority of the kit all put together here, and you can see it in its entirety. So let's get into it. The entire kit is molded in white. There's a couple gray pieces, like light gray here, and there's a couple dark gray pieces for joints mostly. But a majority of it's in white. If you bought this version, the side pieces for the chest are in red. The toe pieces are in red, and then there's these little red like nail things that go into these. If you flip them out, you plug them into there, and they kind of, I don't know, I guess they're blades or something. I don't know. I haven't watched the series, so I have no idea. But included in the kit is a ton of accessories. You get, like I said, all these blades, you get all these different shields for the arms, you get a really nice, interesting, it's kind of plain, but it's also very neat and stylized looking railgun basically. And you get all these different extension barrels for it, and I'll show you those later. But you can basically extend this thing to be insanely huge, and I'll be showing that off. For starters, this kit, I didn't realize until just now, does not stand very well on its own. It's kind of back heavy, and the heels don't really do much for support. So if you're not going to put this thing on the action base that it comes with, or it's not an action base, but you know, the stand that's included, you're not really going to do the kit justice. So in order to do that, you basically flip it over and you take this piece off his butt. Just a little peg right there, and he'll plug right in, and you're good to go. So now your Sugimori is looking pretty good, I guess. My poly caps are kind of pushed in too far, so I got to do some sanding and get that sorted out. But he looks pretty cool. Like I said, I haven't seen the show, so I don't know too much about this guy. You got these little toe things that flip out. We're going to do articulation sort of backwards. You got these little toe things that flip out. I guess they can lock into the ground or something like that. The toe has like a... oh, I guess there is 2 points of articulation there. So I guess I could have finagled that a little bit and got my toes to stick to the ground a little better. But whatever. We're in the air now. What is that? Now the hazel's falling over. Everybody's dying. Okay. Leg goes all the way forward, all the way backwards. Just a little bit out. Rotates a little over 180. You get a really cool double bend. A little bit of movable armor here on the knee. Not quite 180, but pretty close. The hand, about the same. Full rotation under the shoulder. Not very much to say about the wrist. Oh god. This is going to be one of those kits where you're going to pose it and then just kind of leave it alone forever. We're going to use this beam saber. Well, the waist can rotate all the way around. I'm not going to do it, but you can get it all the way around there. No big deal. If you use like a, something, you can pull the top piece of the head up a little bit and display that little blue piece inside there. I'm not sure what that is. I guess it's something to collect energy to show that it's super powerful or something like that. I should probably watch this series before I go into this. You've got a joint here. The backpack thing is on an arm, so you can move that up like that, or you can keep it in the back. There's a little fin back here that's on a ball joint. It's not very secure. It's also got like a little hinge thing, so you can expose that little, I guess that's a booster or something. And there's lots of little cool like vent details and stuff tucked back in there. It looks really nice. the small details on this kit look really good. I really like a lot of the stuff that's on this kit, and I really can't wait to paint it. And out of all the Kodo kits that I've built, which unfortunately isn't as many as I'd like to admit, but it's more than enough to get a feel for the company, this is probably the best Kodo kit that I've put together. It was pretty effortless. It took me about 5, maybe 6 hours, and I didn't have too many fit issues. There was like 1 or 2 pieces that were a little too tight, but for the most part everything went together really nicely, and you know, there was no issue. There's not going to be too much issue taking it apart. Outside of the whole thing being white, I think it's going to be relatively easy to paint, but we'll see what happens when I get to that phase. But anyway, this little thing here, if I can get a hold of it, slides out, maybe. There we go. And I'm not sure what purpose that serves either. I guess it makes it fly faster or something. But it looks really cool. Now, weapons. You can swap out your hands. You can put this staff in his hand. Hands are on little ball joints, so really easy to switch out. You just pop it in there. And now he's got this little staff. He doesn't really grip it very well, but if you kind of angle it a little bit, it'll sit where it needs to be. Now, all these pieces switch out. Basically, you can just pop this little shield thing off and pop on the other ones. And they fit relatively easy. Yeah, just pop it on there like that. You might need the other arm piece, but this action base is not the greatest. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it fits on the other one better, but you just kind of swap them out, and they are, man, the Kodo curse is strong today. But yeah, they all kind of switch out. So there's different shields, I guess, and then there's blades, and then there's straight blades, and then there's the railgun. And if you're going to do the railgun, it comes with a separate attachment piece, and that's because the pegs are a little different. So for that, when you attach the railgun, you plug the, well, oh man, I forgot all about this. This is crazy. Oh, I'm having such a hard time. It's always the Kodo kits that give me the hardest time. On the backs of the arms are attachment points, like a little double peg. I guess these are like little rockets. And then there's also this little square thing, I guess that's some sort of gun. And then there's the things I told you about earlier that flip out and you can plug the red pieces into. But you can also plug this gun into the bottom of the arm. And that leaves 2 pegs on the gun and 2 pegs on the arm, and that's for this piece right here. And you basically just plug that in and it'll lock the whole thing into one another, so you don't have to worry about anything. And there's a side for each arm, so if you want to attach it in the left arm instead of the right arm, you can do that. But there you go. And then he's holding the railgun. He holds it up pretty decent. You can kind of balance it on his leg if you want. You don't have to. Oh god. Now he's making a liar out of me. But if that doesn't work out, there's an extra action base that this guy comes with to support this gun, basically. And it's as easy as plugging it in, if I can get it to stand how I want it to. Oh man. There you go, something like that. Well, whatever. You get the idea. Why is this falling down? I can't wait to read the comments to this video. Oh. Kotobukiya, what are you doing? So I'm going to put him down and just kind of put him on the ground and just use this to, I guess, sort of hold. Never mind. I'm not going to use this at all. Clear my desk a little bit. Now, if you want to use the full railgun, you're basically going to get him standing first of all. Take your front piece off the barrel, and it exposes this little peg, and it's also got like a hole in it. What you do is you pop this in half. It comes apart really easily, and you fit the peg into the top half, and you plug the bottom half in, close it up, and there you go. Now if that's as far as you want to go, you just, close it up. But we've got 3 more pieces here. So I'm going to make a cut, I'm going to move the camera, and I'm going to get this whole thing set up if I can manage it, and I'll show you what the full length of the gun looks like. So I'll be right back. Okay, so after some finagling and cursing, here's what we got. You can see the Sugimori right there. I can zoom out. You can see the barrel goes all the way over there. So, quite the display piece. I don't know where I'm going to display this thing when it's done, or how I'm going to display this thing when it's done, but it probably has nothing to do with that barrel. I might use one of the things just to make it kind of long and stick it somewhere. I might just use the regular gun. I might not display it with the gun at all. So, but all in all, it's a neat kit. If you pose it and leave it alone, it's not too bad. It's not really anything you want to play with. The polycaps aren't as friendly as Bandai kits, so that's something to keep in mind. Kodo kits aren't really meant to be played with more often than not. The frame arms can kind of be a bit of an exception because their frame kind of holds everything on typically. Things pop off and all that, but as far as this, like the arms are kind of shallow, and I guess that's mostly the design of the mobile suit rather than Kodo's engineering, but I'm sure they could have done something to circumvent that. Everything else fits pretty well. Just the only real complaint is the arms and the how back heavy it is, the feet. But again, that's a design thing, not so much Kodo's fault as it is the designers. But it's a really cool suit. It cost about $50 on AmiAmi, and it was a little more shipped. So for what you're paying, you're getting a lot. Not colored plastic, but you can do a lot with it. It comes with water slides, so you can decal it up. There's not a ton of them, but it's enough to kind of make it look good. For $50, I think it's pretty worth it, especially considering how many accessories you get, how many display options you'll have with it. You can kind of change it up every now and then. And lined up, it's going to look fantastic. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of little details, especially like poking through the chest and some of the stuff around there, the back sides of panels and stuff like that. So definitely worth your money, I think. But that's all I got for this time. And if you want a size comparison, you can see the Gundam X Mao standing behind it. That's the high grade, so it's about as big as your average master grade kit, maybe a little bit bigger when you extend the thing. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.